I bought a new lens and I'm so excited. Welcome back to another video. As you just saw, I recently picked up the Zīgma 35mm 1.4, and in today's video I'm going to do a quick unboxing and give you my initial first impressions when I go and take it out and shoot the car a bit later on. But let's jump straight into the unboxing. If you're looking at picking one of these lenses up, this is exactly how it will come, in a nice sturdy cardboard box. Like most lens manufacturers, they package the products really well. Usual bump in there, warranty, instruction, whatever, no one really cares about that. Then you get this lens pouch that they throw in for free, which is a really nice addition, very thoughtful. It's padded on all sides, padded there, these are a little bit padded as well. Inside you get your lens and your lens hood. Lens and your lens hood gets packaged as well. Few things to note straight off the bat. I really like the see-through dial for the focusing ring that moves, as you can see. And when it's on the camera you can hear it whirring around in there, pulling focus. Autofocus, manual focus switch, which is going to be different for me because I've never had that before. Front and back lens caps as you'd expect. It's quite weighty in the hand and it's quite large. I'll just stick the lens cap on it as well so you can get the full length. That's what she said. Nice click on there. All feels really well built. So it's quite large for 35mm and there's a bit of weight to it, but that's Zīgma's trademark. All the lenses seem to be quite beefy and quite well made, especially compared to my Tamrons, which are really light and obviously made out of plastic. This being of metal construction, I'm going to assume it's aluminium. I'll throw all the specs in the description below. Yeah, feels really well built. Let's go and test the image quality. I've come to this location that I've been before to test the 35mm. This is where I came to scout for an upcoming project that I'm still working on, so you may recognise it. There's a few locations that night that I didn't get to hit up because I ran out of time. I'm cutting it 5 times tonight, so let's just get cracked on. Okay, so first impressions, and I'm blown away. Like the way it made the car look, the autofocus is really good. It looks tack sharp on back of the LCD, but we'll check that when we get back on the laptop. Yeah, really impressed. When I mentioned about weight and it being bulky, it doesn't feel that heavy in the hand when it's on the camera. I was a little bit worried about that. Obviously me used to lighter lenses, but Doesn't feel any heavier than my 28-75 really when it's in the hand. Really solid, really impressed. I'm going to hit up one more location. If you watched my video from before when I was here, you probably know exactly where I'm going to go. I spoke about it then. We're going to try and get the leading lines of sight photo. Hopefully it's not too busy and I can sneak up on there and get that shot. So I've got a bit of a dilemma. I've kind of changed my mind and I don't know if the shot will look good. Plus I've had a quick look at the drop curb up ramp kind of thing that we've got to go up and found this big hole here that I don't want to pop the wheel down, so don't know if I'm actually going to take this shot, but here, very loud again, might as well see what it looks like. Fuck it. Okay, so I may have played a blinder. I just said I didn't think this was going to work out too well. I've purposely not showed you those photos on the video. We're going to go back and edit them, but I don't want to count my chickens before they've hatched, but I think this is an absolute banger. But we'll see when we edit it together. We'll go back now and I'll meet you guys in the office. Okay, so some time has passed. I've been editing up this video today. I've been editing up all the photos that you've just seen in the video, and I got a little bit carried away, and I do apologise that I edited the leading lines of sight photo. I know I said I was going to edit with you lot, but this gives us a little bit more time to run over the settings and how I edit it and my first impressions of the Zīgma 35mm. As you can see, this is the leading lines of sight photo. This is the final edit that I'm really happy with. The railings, channel your eyes straight to the car, don't let them deviate. Everything is pointing towards the car and you can't get away with that not being the main focal point of this image. I went for a moody edit with a lot of my car photos. I hate to admit it, but this is my kind of style in a sense. I've never been a one to say I've got a specific style and stuff. I try and always edit my photos around how I'm feeling and how I thought the car kind of looked on the day. That's why I sometimes find it a little bit difficult to edit photos a few weeks down the line or whatever, because I've lost touch with how everything looked on the day and how I was feeling and stuff and what my visions were. But that's another story. We'll run through the settings and then I'll run through how I edited the photo. So I shot this photo at 1/500th of a second at f1.8, ISO 125. Don't ask me why I shot it at ISO 125. I don't know myself, but I just did. For the edit, started off with a crop as I normally do. Most of the time it's a 4x5 crop because a lot of these are good on Instagram. Then I work around everything from there. So this is the starting point of the image. I know it looks absolutely dog shit, but as you've seen from the final image, it looks hell of a lot different from this now. The only reason I chose this preset over all of my other presets or just editing it straight off the fly and doing it individually is the sky. That's the only reason. Kind of backwards, kind of fucked up, but that's the only reason. Probably caused myself a lot more work. However, I started messing with the highlights, the contrast, the temperature, the tint, vibrance, etc, etc, to kind of bring the image somewhat close to what I wanted it to be. All these brush strokes were me brushing around the car like I've spoke about before in a lot of my other videos. These are all just how I wanted to manipulate the car. Just run through these quickly. As you can see, it started to change. Then I started messing with the colours to get it to somewhat where I wanted it to be. Then it was really moody or really too moody to where I wanted it to be. So I started messing with the exposure. Took some contrast out of it because it was really punchy and I just wasn't feeling that much contrast. Then I took out some clarity, and I mentioned this before that I'm not a big fan of a lot of clarity in car photos. It can really mess them up, so I pulled some of that out. And these brush strokes are just going over the windscreen, and I went over the wing mirrors as well. And that's the final form as you've seen, and I think it come out really clean. I hope you agree with me. The reflections were a massive bonus, something I didn't know was there or didn't predict it was going to happen. Like I said in the video, I was a little bit skeptical about the location after I scoped it out again. We was there, so we might as well took the shot, and we did, and I'm so glad we did, because it came out a hell of a lot better. And that's why I didn't show it yet, because I knew it was going to be a banger. I'm really happy with this. If I was going to post this for a client, or this was for a client, then I would tidy up these little bits like the lampposts and stuff, and maybe level out the building a little bit, just so it looks nice and clean at the top end. But for Instagram, for my personal stuff, I'd post that, no problem. My first impressions of the lens, I'm again over the moon with that lens. So glad I bought it. It was one of them that I wanted for a while. Finally copped it. Impressed with it, like so impressed with it. The way it made the car look. I've always loved the 35mm focal length. One thing I do need to get used to is shooting at f1.4 or at a lower f-stop number. This is something that I've not done in a really long time, because I've always used my Tamron since I've got them, so I've been used to shooting at f2.8 and compensating with ISO and shutter speed. So in this shoot there was a lot of missed shots where my car was winking at me. Dirty little bitch. With any new toy, you want to see how far it goes or how fast it is and whatever else. So that's why I shot most of the shoot at f1.4 to f2, I think is the highest I went. But in hindsight now, I'm probably going to shoot from f2 to f2.8 and higher, and depending on what outcome I want from the photo. But yeah, enough waffling. If you enjoyed this video, please smash that like button. Leave me a comment if you want to see more videos like this in the future. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe. With all that being said and done, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you lot in the next one. Bye. Bish.